Happy weekend, everyone. Oh man, so where do we start? We had a good week, had a lot of fun stuff going on this week, and we had 3 shows this week. That was fantastic. Had so much fun doing that. The show in Santa Barbara was great. What wasn't great about Thursday was having the comedian, and I'll just say his name, Kevin Mack. I'm not going to post any of his shit here or anything, but turned on the internet. I like the guy. I think he's funny. I've seen him all over town, and I've gone out to shows he's performed in. And as soon as I turn on Instagram, I see his post. He does this joke, or he did this joke. It's a military joke, and it's verbatim my joke. A joke I've been doing for years. It's a joke I wrote a long time ago. I use it when I go out and do all my shows in front of veterans and whatnot. I'm a veteran. And so it's a joke about veterans. And he's not even a fucking veteran. And he's getting up there doing it. Like, what are you going to say? Marines, what do you say? Oh, Navy. He even does the hand gesture like me, everything. And then I confronted him, and then he sends me some bullshit like eye roll emoji. And then he's like, I've never even seen your comedy. Bullshit. Yeah, you have, dude. Even if you don't acknowledge it, like, you've seen my comedy. You're in Los Angeles. We hang out at the same comedy clubs. Like, I've seen your stand-up. We've done the same shows with the same producers. You haven't seen my shit. Just because you don't follow me because you have X amount of followers doesn't mean you haven't seen my joke, fucker. It's just like, oh, I think my wife is going to interrupt me here in a second. No, it's my son. He's interrupting me. Anyway, say hi.
Hi.
Hi. But yeah, so that was unprofessional, but it is what it is. I'm still going to keep doing my joke, and anyone who says I shouldn't do my joke, well, I'm going to let them know how I feel, because it's not okay. Robin Williams was known for stealing people's jokes and then coming back later and be like, here, I'll just throw you some money. Like, I don't want your money. Like, I'm working hard, putting in the time so I can push my career somewhere, not so that I can push your career along. You can go out and do my jokes, post it on your social media and get all these likes for it, all these follows for it. Nah, dude, that's messed up. But tonight, it is weekend. Having a holiday party every year. My wife, and she's a nurse at Cedars, and we have this holiday party with all her friends, and that's what we're doing tonight. So that should be a lot of fun. We always have a good time. I love seeing all of them. A lot of them have come out to my stand-up shows. So yeah, it's always good to see them, and always trying to think of new material. But what's... One second, sorry. What's up, buddy? What do you need?
Oh no.
What's up? Hello. I'm coming up in a few minutes.
What are you doing?
I'm finishing recording.
Okay.
All right, I'll be up there in a minute, buddy. Love you.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, so that's what we're doing tonight. And tomorrow I plan on doing some more writing. I might be meeting up with Miguel to work on Kidder a little bit. We still have some more stuff to shoot. What I really need to do is build a small set on a tabletop with Legos, and I'm probably going to build it right here in my studio because we got to shoot that. There's a scene we have to shoot. It's all voiced over, but it's all like Legos and stuff. So I would like to start working on that this week. So that is on my list of things to do. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. So where are we going?
To our Christmas party, our annual Christmas party
Annual Christmas party.
with our friends.
Yeah. So Yvonne and I are always going out to this Christmas party every year. It's a lot of fun.
Yes.
And a lot of laughs.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's the first year we don't have any kids at the party.
Yeah.
Everyone's kids are grown up.
Our kids aren't grown up yet.
Well, they're old enough to not go.
Yeah. They don't want to come with us anymore.
Oliver's almost 10. Riley is 16, going on 17. And she is old enough to watch. I don't think they went last year either.
No, they didn't go last
I
year.
mean, some of the
either.
kids showed up. I think there was a couple of kids there last year.
A handful. I think some of like Zariah's nieces and nephews.
Well, yeah. Well, I was gonna say her kids are grown up too.
No, yeah.
But they roll through because it's their mom's house.
Well, yeah, that's true. So they live there.
Yeah, they're allowed. They live there.
They're allowed. They live there. Yeah.
But anyways, this week was a good week for comedy. It wasn't a good week
Was
from
it?
having, someone. What'd you say?
I said, but was it?
What was it?
There was a.
She's my biggest heckler.
Yeah, but you get most material from me
I do get a lot of material from you. I need to start, I think.
because I'm funny.
You are. You're pretty funny. But I think I need to start going into, my older, life.
Your
Growing,
older life,
not older life, but
your
years ago. When I was
pre-Vaughn era.
pre-Vaughn. Maybe when I was a teenager.
Oh, yeah, there's some good stuff there.
Yeah.
That's the vault stuff.
I just don't know how to get into it, you know what I mean? Because
how do you
you
just
talk
go?
to kids in their 20s and you're like, when I was your age,
yeah, how do you go into that?
I don't want to
without
be that
sounding
comic.
like the old guy.
Exactly.
I don't
how do
know.
you? Okay, someone like one of my favorite comedians, Bert Kreischer.
Yeah, he's funny.
He's hilarious. He talks about his wife and kids a lot, the way I do, but you look at his audience, and a lot of his audience is young people wanting to party. And is it because he parties?
He's a party guy.
Is that what makes him relatable, though? It's he's going to get up and talk about his kids, but then he's going to chug a beer and take his shirt off? Do I need to do that?
Well, he's like a guy's comic. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, because he drinks a lot, party, takes off his shirt. He's crazy, but he's funny.
He's a really good storyteller.
Yeah, he does tell good stories.
But that's the kind of shit, it's when I am looking at comedians, is why are they relatable? How are they relatable?
I think
how do I
everyone's
tap
comedy
into
is
that?
different, though.
Everyone's comedy is different, of course. But, as a comedian, the goal is to be more, I don't know, more, loved by people, more likable by people, more,
That's true.
people as a comedian, you don't want to do comedy to an empty room, in a dark corner somewhere. You want to grow your audience and do bigger and bigger shows.
At least for me, I think comedy is the people who I find the most funniest are the people that I find their stories is something I can relate to. Either it happened to me.
Okay,
or I have a
but
friend.
okay. Now that you said that,
Right?
you think Bert Kreischer's funny.
Yeah.
He tells stories. How is that relatable to you?
Well, he used to party a lot before. We had our party days. So that's funny, and so you could, but funny's funny. So
True.
whether you relate to it or not, funny's funny. If you can deliver a good story, tell a good joke, be funny in the manner that you deliver stuff.
Yeah.
I think that's what makes things. But then funny is also comedy is subjective, just like any art, right? It's to whatever, you're not gonna, your comedy some people won't like it. Just like some people don't like Bert Kreischer.
But I want everyone to love my No, I'm just kidding. No, I get it.
Right?
You go into a room, and that happens. I'll go into a room, do a joke, no one laughs at it. But I don't throw it in the trash right away either. I don't go, oh, no one laughed at it. I've learned, I think when I was first doing it, no one would laugh at something and be like, and I would kind of shelve it and be like, I don't know if I want to do that. But now I've learned to just keep doing the joke a bunch of times, because the way I say it today is going to be different than how I say it tomorrow, and it's going to be different every single time I get up there, because you organically learn your timing and how to structure that joke. But also if I do it right now and I do it in front of a bunch of 20-something-year-olds and they're stare at me, but then tomorrow I go into a room and I have no idea, but then all of a sudden the audience is a room full of 55-year-olds and they're dying. It's not like I'm trying to just attract older people, but a lot of people older people usually laugh at my stuff. Maybe it's because I am talking about my wife, my kids, and they relate to it because they have a kid, they have a partner that they're married to, and I don't know. I feel like maybe that's why.
It's true.
But I don't want to just be liked by people in their 50s because they're going to get older and die. Right? Like I don't want my the 22-year-old kid is going to grow up and maybe get married and have kids. So how do I
That's so sad. Why do you have to say that they're gonna die at 50? Not necessarily.
I didn't say they're going to die at 50. I said they're going to get old and die.
Yeah, but
Like I don't want my audience to die in 10 years.
they should try to take care of themselves. Don't put that out there. That's bad energy.
I'm not. You know what I'm saying.
I know. I'm just kidding.
If I start at 50, there's no going back to 20. I would like to be able to. No, I just would like to have some content that, or jokes that are. I don't know. They're just relatable for younger kids.
Yeah, but like what? Like to Riley's demographics, or what are you talking? Like young? Like are you talking like college kids?
I think college and older, yeah.
Okay.
I mean
like
that
20s?
like. Here's the thing: when I do my dick in the mouth joke, right, the bucket list joke,
Yeah.
that one seems to be liked by more people, and I think it's because it's more stupid than anything. It's not a hey I'm older or hey I'm wiser or hey I have a house you don't. It's not doing any. It's just a dumb joke of what a bucket list is, and here's a list of things I don't want to do. And people are like, yeah, there's shit I don't want to do either.
Well, I think that's for some comedians, they'll take the most simple thing and just make it funny, right? And just like find the funny in the everyday life, right? And so then it is relatable to a bigger audience, I think. Young, old, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, you're talking like observational comedy?
There's that, but yeah.
Well, I mean, observational comedy, like, I don't know. It's observational comedy. I know comics who want to do that because they're like, oh, because then I don't have to talk about myself. I'm talking about things that we all see out in the world. Like that Jerry Seinfeld, biggest observational comic
he does
of all time. And then like the biggest one of recent is someone like P. Holmes, who is absolutely hilarious.
Oh yeah, he's so
but I think he's doing observational humor, but it's also his delivery and the way he delivers it.
Yeah.
It's so. But I've met people who say they don't like P. Holmes either. They think his jokes are crap, and it's like, well, okay, I don't agree with that. But again, that's a subjective matter, I guess.
Well, like I said, comedy is an art form, right? It's part of, and it is very subjective to whoever is hearing it or watching the special or whatever. Whether you like it, you don't like it. It's not for everyone. Just like art, right? Some people like very classical art. Some people like the contemporary stuff.
Very true.
Right?
Yeah, I think so I guess as a comic, part of that journey is finding your audience too.
Well, yeah.
I
think it's 2 points. So it's finding your own voice and how you stand out different from everyone else.
Yeah.
And then finding your niche almost, right? To the people who do like you. Yeah. And then from there, I think then ends up being, oh, more people hear about you. You're like, oh, not really, but oh, he is pretty funny, and you'll check someone special out. Never heard of them, but then you're like, oh.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Traffic.
I mean, someone like a lot of people have talked about like Sam Kinison. Do you know Sam Kinison? From the 80s?
He was that angry guy with the kind of funky hair, right? And he wore a hat.
He wore a hat kind of like this.
Big red hat.
And he would scream at the audience.
And He was kind of chubby, right?
He was chubby, yes, and he would shout at the audience, right?
He did a lot of shouting.
He did the whole joke about like, oh, let's send money and water to the people out in the desert, and he was like, he's basically saying, no, how about we don't? Like, everyone else basically fucking moved. Like, why would you just stop in the desert with no water, no food? You know what I mean?
That's a good point.
Like, just move, like pack your bags and move. Go to where the water is. Go to where the food is. And he's like screaming that at the audience. And it's, again, that's kind of observational humor too. But with Sam Kinison, the thing was, he was delivering jokes that way. And the story is, like the comedian, like the comedy world, they hated him. Like they couldn't stand him because he would come into like the Comedy Store, get up on a chair or whatever, stand up on stage and start screaming at the audience. And comics are like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, why are you doing this? And then there were people who believed in him, and then he ended up getting, from my understanding, he got a 10-minute spotlight on HBO. Mm-hmm. And the rest was history. Like the rest of the world was able to see him and be like, who's this guy? And we're dying. Like, this guy's hilarious. But they would have never seen him if he was just a local and never got his opportunity, I guess, to be seen. So I think that's part of it too as a comedian. Like, yeah, you're trying to find your voice, find your audience, but finding your audience, maybe, at some point, like, you're gonna get certain opportunities. If you keep plucking along, you keep working hard, you're gonna get certain opportunities, and you have to be ready to shine when that opportunity presents itself. Yeah. It's kind of how I'm looking at it. But there are moments, like, as a comedian, you have your doubts. Like this week, having another comic rip one of your jokes, I know you're like, oh, maybe that's the form of flattery. Like, no.
Well, I just said, I mean, it's a different perspective.
I know.
I mean, I said other words before I said that perspective.
I know, you did say that.
But in a way, it's, why stop doing what you're doing? He ripped it off of you, so you do your joke. You do what you do, and you don't worry about it. And if someone says something, you'll be like, listen, I was in the military. That is something I literally wrote 10, 15 years ago when I was sitting around the bonfire with my family, and it was something I just
you were there too.
Yeah, you rattled it off and everybody was rolling. And so, what do you do?
Well, shit like that happening. And then, so Tuesday night when I did my one, the World Trade Center joke, I did that in Corona, got big laughs from it. And then I went and did it in Santa Barbara and barely got any laughs from it.
But how was the audience?
Audience was way different. I mean, the audience at the other, at Corona, where everyone was laughing, was like dark, tattooed up, like younger, fuck you attitude crowd.
Okay.
The crowd in Santa Barbara was all mid-50s. When I got there, I thought about changing up my set and doing all the stuff about my kids.
Yeah.
The daughter hearing us and my son stranger danger joke. Like, I started thinking about doing that because I know that material will work in front of that audience that I had in Santa Barbara.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to switch it up because
I'm
trying to work out some of these newer jokes.
Yeah.
So I'm glad I kind of stuck to my guns, but driving away, you start second guessing, going, shit, I got to do this stuff in Wichita next month. And am I going to go and do 30 minutes and bomb? Like, is this what I should be doing? You start thinking, was this the right career choice? I know I love doing it and I'm going to keep doing it, but that's, and I know you
okay.
And I know you hate me if
I'm going to talk to you guys. I'm done. This is it. There's no other changes. This man has done everything under the sun. Okay, have you talked about all your career choices on here yet?
Maybe, I don't know.
Okay, this is it. No more changing his mind. You're gonna stick to this.
Well, you've seen me a bunch on stage.
Yeah.
Like, no bullshit. Like, is this the right choice? Do you think me being on stage is a good choice? As a wife, do you see that and go, okay, he finally found something that he's good at or he should be doing?
So this is the way I look at it. And I'm talking to you and I'm talking to them. If you are doing what you feel is your purpose and something that you're passionate about, 100%, that's what you should be doing. So it doesn't matter what I think. If it's connecting to what you ultimately think, that you are on your deathbed and you're looking back on your life and what did you want to do with your life on the time you were spent here on earth, and it was to bring joy and make people laugh, then you did that. And you should be happy and proud of that. So whether success or not, and that's the way I've always told you, if you're doing something you love and you're passionate about, the money will come. It just will. Because you're putting in time and the effort and the hard work, and it will come. It's just a process. It's not going to happen overnight. Though you think it does for some people. And it does. Just right place, right time for some folks. But it's a process. And if you have to give yourself pause to look, okay, you've been doing this now, what, 5 years?
5 years this month,
Right?
yeah.
5 years. Look back where you were last year. Look back where you were 3 years ago. And look back to when you started. Look how far you've come. Right? You're more comfortable on stage. You're not literally, like when you first started, just like I would assume most people, you're just trying to get through your jokes. Right? Like you're just like, okay, I memorized my jokes. I'm just kind of getting through them. And this, now you're talking to the audience. You're like having little parts where you're like, okay, yeah, I'm going to do crowd work here. Now you have enough material where you're mixing your jokes around. Like, that's all part of it. Like, you can't just say, okay, today I'm going to run a marathon and just go and run a marathon. Like, you have to like start walking.
Yeah.
And start jogging and start lifting weight. You know, like it's a process. It does. But as a wife, I think that I'm happy that you're happy. Because I think you really are happy when you do this. And that's the most important part. Right? Because you've tried all the other stuff. Given, I think the gripping thing is fun. I think it's fun for you because you get to hang out with the guys. You probably don't like the physical work of it, but
well, the physical work has killed my body over the years.
Well,
so.
yeah.
But I do enjoy being on a new project every month or every few months and meeting new people and seeing your friends and having a good time and laughing all day, like, because that's what we do.
Yeah, that makes the work enjoyable, right?
Yeah, but that's not realistic to do up until retirement.
Yeah, that's not gonna work. Because then you do end up retiring and then you're just like, I can't even move.
Yeah.
You know? So, ultimately, yes. Are you on the right path? I think you are.
Yeah.
But you have to roll with the punches.
Yeah, I know.
Because some weeks are going to be, oh my God, this is a great week. And I did so many great things. And I got to meet these people. And I picked up subscribers. So, but what do you know, and then there's weeks where, you know, someone tries to rip your joke or you don't get the laughs that you were expecting to get, or maybe you mixed down your new stuff and you're, oh, I didn't really deliver it to the way I wanted to. You just have to keep trying it.
Yeah.
Right? And just plug away, because even your stranger danger joke when you first started. Now think about it now. Like, you can do that joke in your sleep. Like, that's like your closer stuff, right? And but you know how to say it, you know the timing, you know how long it's going to take, you know where you might do some crowd work in the middle of that, but it's evolved, right? So, and that's the way you have to think about it. It's just, for me, doing what I've done for as long as I've done it, I've gotten to where I am because I put all that time and effort in what I do. Yeah. And it's always connected to what I ultimately want to do, is to help people. So as long as you're connecting to that, I think you're good.
Cool. Wise words from my wife and best friend.
And my best friend. You know, we've been together 22 years. God gave me much patience.
Yeah. Lots of patience.
For me to be with you as long as I have.
All right, let's go party.
Party!
Party. All right.
Bye-bye.
Right means you give it to the person to your right. Left is the person to your left. C is you put it in the
If I
center.
give my money away, then I'm done?
No, you have to remember because the person next to you might end up rolling something to give you one. Got it?
All right, I might have to ask you that again.
That's fine.
It's okay, we'll know what to do.
We'll tell you.
We're playing left, right, center.
When am I gonna make the snickerdoodle martini?
After this. Just wait.
Where's my booze? Where's my booze?
The goal of the game is the last person holding that.
What? What? Come on, roll! Roll, baby! Woo!
Let's see.
Oh! Oh! What?
Wait, you want to change the dice or keep
No, don't
Don't
change the
change
dice.
it. Go for it. Oh my God.
I can't anymore.
Yes, you can.
Wrong attitude.
Let's do it, let's do it! What? Okay, loaded dice, loaded dice, loaded dice. Left, yeah!